What's going on, guys? Netflix The Defenders recently dropped. All 4 of their street-level heroes coming together to form a supergroup. Some people loved it, some people thought it was fine, and some people had an alternate opinion that might be qualified as a hot take. We've got a couple of those fellas right here with us. First, he's a writer of honest trailers and an all-around swell guy. Hello, Joe Starr.
Hal, it's always great to be here and watch the master work.
Oh, right back at you, my friend. And he's the creator of Honest Trailers, the host of Movie Fights. Welcome to the show, Andy Signore.
Been a while. I never know where to put my hands on this show.
So guys, you both watch The Defenders. What's your take?
Well, my hot take is that this show did not escalate properly. Now, let me explain there. I think the Netflix show started extremely strong. Daredevil, season 1, I loved it. Jessica Jones, I was really into it. Great Marvel villain. And then Daredevil season 2, it started to show a little bit of its wear. It was still fun. Punisher was interesting, but it just showed signs of growing too fast. And then Luke Cage. I was really excited. The promos looked great. I loved the casting. But it just started seeming like they didn't want to put all their money into that show. It felt like filler shows. And then came Iron Fist. And that was like really a trudge to get through that show. Awful casting. Just very generic show for me. I thought, whatever, Netflix is going to throw everything at the wall and make Defenders be this standout, high-budget TV epic event. They made less episodes than usual for that run. And instead, it felt like more of the same, and it didn't have the escalation that I think the fans really wanted.
Those are great takes for an episode called Very Polite Takes.
Okay.
But this is about hot takes, Andy.
Whoa.
And The Defenders was garbage.
Wow.
It was a terrible show that not only showed that the Emperor may in fact have no clothes, but I mean this is a franchise that carries itself as bulletproof. Mm-hmm. And I think Defenders completely shattered that assumption. And now it's all just a downhill roll to Inhumans.
Yeah, a lot of people were hoping that Defenders would have the impact that the Avengers had. That Marvel did all of the requisite work to work their way up to the Avengers, and we were all satisfied. We're like, yeah, we're loving the MCU. So you feel like, no, they did not.
I know, and I agree, because we all were waiting for that Avengers moment, as Hal said. And what did we get instead, Joe? So many scenes of 2 people talking quietly in a cheap room.
A very nice conversation in a Chinese restaurant.
So many conversations in Chinese restaurants, and in the dojo, and in what other room can we use again? Because
a lot of
we already
Star
got
Wars.
that set built.
Yeah, a lot of Star Wars sitting and talking going on.
Way too much sitting and talking.
Yeah.
You brought these people together, and it was weird. The one episode I liked was the one episode they all talked in the Chinese restaurant. You're allowed to have one of those a season. They call it the bottle episode. And it's like, you can justify a bottle episode where you're stuck in one location because they finally met each other. But it took 4 damn episodes for them to come together on a show called The Defenders!
And you should be able to top a Chinese restaurant talking episode. Like, you should be able to top that, and they never do. Like, nothing ever really builds in this show. We get some sort of reminders of who everyone is, like, oh, Jessica Jones sure is drinking, and Matt sure is guilty, and, you know, Luke sure is a very attractive badass, but no one really grows. Mm-hmm. Not even Danny grows, and that felt like the point of the show to me.
He's still an idiot by the end.
Yeah, he's still a dummy.
And they have to, like, trick him to do the thing at the end. It's like, spoiler alert, we're doing this late because now people can talk about it.
Yes.
They also introduced this wonderful villain of Sigourney Weaver. I'm like, okay, this will be interesting. And then, again, spoiler alert, they kill her off in the most unexciting way, and it goes nowhere just so they can fulfill another Daredevil Elektra plot, which I was just so bored by that there was nothing new. They gave me nothing new. This was the shining moment for me of like, Netflix can fail here, because if they didn't see the importance of investing more in a Defender series and either doing half the episodes, I think if they had spent that budget and did 5 episodes, we would have had a much different story, and they would have been able to actually put it towards more action and actually get them together quicker and cut a lot of Misty and whatever, walking around are you sure you're doing the right thing? Like, how many times are we in the freaking police station with her like, you gotta tell me something.
You gotta trust me on this, Misty.
You gotta tell me something, Luke.
But you gotta trust me, Misty.
All right, Iron Fist, you gotta tell me something.
I'm an idiot!
Your Misty voice is a little gravelly.
But still sexy.
Yes.
Right?
How'd you feel about the Hands plan with enacting Black Sky and what was behind that door that they were trying to get to?
More like hand job, Hal.
Wow. He went there.
Look, Daredevil gave us hand ninjas. That's the only point of the hand, is just, if you want to do something where you have infinite disposable ninjas, that's what I want to see, is just these cool heroes fighting an infinite number of ninjas, and they couldn't even give us that. Why can't you give me my ninjas?
They didn't have the budget for it.
No, they did not. Which is ridiculous because as we saw from the Daredevil hallway scene, it's a stunt team of maybe 6 dudes and they're just falling out of frame and they're putting on different hats. With ninjas, you're wearing a ninja mask. Just fall out of frame and you're a new ninja.
Joe, I know from the beginning you've had a bone to pick with Iron Fist.
Yeah.
How much did Iron Fist get under your skin?
The interesting thing that I'll give to the show was that they seemed very aware of the fact that Iron Fist was a disaster and almost like tried to make the show about it. But that doesn't forgive it. Like, that would almost be like in the prequels, Obi-Wan being like, I know, Anakin's a huge baby. Like, but just fix it. Just make him not a huge baby.
The Defenders really did, though, make me feel like, in rewatching the other seasons in my head, I was like, they weren't that good, were they? It created doubt in my mind as to whether... is this series worth recommending to people? Because it goes nowhere. It's like Jessica Jones, Daredevil season 1, I guess, still probably hold up a bit.
Yeah.
But even I feel like Jessica Jones gets a little full of itself by the end. I think that's where it's starting to feel like I don't know what to do with these shows anymore. They're trying to contain them in this universe and make them more interact together, but then they don't really seem to know how to do that.
The worst thing a show can do is make you kind of go back and question what came before it.
Yeah.
Like if Infinity War were to be so bad that I go back and go, man, is the Marvel formula overall just a lot worse than I thought? Like, our own Jenny Nicholson once said, one of my favorite things about film criticism. Yeah. She said, loving something blindly doesn't mean you love it more, you just love it sadder. And I thought of that as soon as The Defenders was over.
The other way they did that, which I don't think we've touched upon, is this powers. Like, what was so frustrating to me was also now I've lost complete track of who does what, who's actually more powerful than what. And there's something I think that's a disservice to the fans and sort of the viewers to, like, not be better on top of that. The scene with Luke Cage and Iron Fist was kind of fun when they first meet each other and they don't know who they are and they're trying to fight each other, and then he finally uses his fist, and then Luke Cage's like, whoa, that was the only good time I thought they did it, and then they just completely forgot about it.
Yes.
Jessica Jones is like, I don't understand what she can do. I don't understand
her powers are a little bit ambiguous.
All the hand feel like they all are Luke Cage in a way, or like
her punches should be shattering every bone in your body. She's super strong. I think this is another place where the budget really showed.
Yeah.
With a series like this, you have an opportunity at the beginning of every series to wipe the slate clean and really knock this one out of the park. And they didn't take that opportunity. They had all the tools. This is a great cast.
3 out of 4.
Yeah, 3 of them are fantastic, and then one of them is 90s Justin Timberlake ramen hair.
Danny Masterson.
Yeah, they had every opportunity to really knock this out of the park, and they just didn't. It kind of farted along. My negative reaction after finishing Defenders is that Marvel has gotten to a point where they just assume we're gonna like it because they slapped a Marvel on it.
Throughout much of the other series and this series, Scott Glenn's character Stick and other characters were touting the battle for New York. Do we feel like we received that? Do we feel like?
Oh God, no.
Oh.
We got a weird earthquake at the beginning that was very reminiscent of CW's Arrow Defenders. How dare you? And then we got a small fight in a bone basement, and if that was the Battle of New York, then that sucks.
I'm glad you pointed out Flash, because it's true. When they do a 4-episode arc, like they did with last year's Alien Invasion, it was actually really fun. They come in, they help each other. There's a point to it. That's what you want with a show like that. And so Defenders had all of the ingredients, and then they never really deliver on it. This is the gritty Netflix street level show. Like, I want to see R-rated gritty Avengers. You've been building up to it, and it just felt very soft and boring.
Do you feel like you were sold a false bill of goods at all?
Stick to what was cool of like, you guys are like the gritty heroes. Sort of, are you doing good or bad? It's unclear. Like you have your inner demons, and people aren't sure whether to support you or not. And then you're gonna go cross a line that maybe you shouldn't. Like these are themes we don't really get to see in the Flash, even Arrow, and in the movies. Like take advantage of that and go there. And then they don't really want to go there. It still feels like they're making a network show on Netflix, which is like, come on, Netflix, what the hell? You're allowed to make this R-rated or do whatever the you want.
You're at liberty to take more liberties.
Yes.
So there's no signs of it stopping. We're going to get the Punisher. We're going to get more of these characters. What would you suggest to them going forward?
Punisher has an opportunity here because it's just on its own. It seems like it's its own thing. And the Punisher, I feel like they at least have the foresight to be like, well, we can't like ABC family this one like we did
Right.
with Defenders, because it's the Punisher. The Hall H footage from Punisher did look really cool at Comic-Con, so I'm excited about that. What I think they really need to do is say why. Why are we making a second season of this beyond the fact that we're supposed to, because people will watch
And
it.
because we have bought the rights already and need to,
Exactly.
need to do these.
Just give me a really strong story with these great performers and also Finn Jones, I guess.
Woo! Dem some hot takes. So,
How to get burned! How to get burned!
what did you guys think about all of those hot takes? What did you think about the Defenders? Is anyone going to come to the Defenders' defense? I think you might. Let us know in the comments section below. Oh, I want to thank my good friend Joe Starr.
Hal Rudnick.
And my pal Andy Signore. Thank you for coming in and let us know how you felt with some hot takes. And thank you for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye.